your victory is guaranteed. Now, because some of us live a lifestyle of trusting God, we are not surprised when we get the victory. We are never caught off guard when God blesses us, promotes us, sends us better, does for us the good measure, the press, the shaking, and the harder for them than they are for themselves. You're being more watchful of their decisions than they are. And sometimes you got to tell them, look, you make another dumb decision. I'm tired of you calling everything I do dumb. Stop doing dumb stuff because you told me you were tired of such and such. So what you doing ain't going to help. Woo. You can't say you want to be delivered from somebody, but you always chasing them. I want free from them, Pastor. Leave them alone then. Block their number. Do something that let them know, look, me and you, we done. We over. Well, Pastor, I'm over them, but I'm trying to win them. Look, you ain't going to be the one to win them. Psalm 27. Psalm 27. Oh, yes, sir. Notice Psalm 27, another Psalm of David. David says in Psalm 27 and 11, teach me your way, O Lord. Lead me in a smooth path because of my enemies. See, here go that word again. When your enemies are trying to get at you, you don't need to be going down a path of confusion. Come on, you need to go down a smooth path. In other words, when folk trying to do to you harm and danger, you need to know the way in which you're going. You need to know what you're doing is what God is telling you to do. So no matter how many traps your enemy set for you, if you stay on the smooth path, God gonna cover every hole. And even if he allow you to fall in a hole, he'll do a Joseph for you. He'll make sure that there's no water in the pit that they throw you in. So there's no... You better go back and read Joseph again. God was in that from the beginning. The Bible said there was no water in the pit that they chose to throw him in. God made sure I ain't gonna let the boy drown. I got a recovery for him. I got an escape for him. I got a deliverance for him. I ain't gonna bless him right here. I'm gonna bless him in Egypt. I'm gonna raise her up over here. I'm gonna let her go through this, that, and the other. But I'm gonna do what I promised. I'm in the clothes, but I'm getting excited. I'm in the clothes, but I'm getting excited. And anybody would get excited if you ever had God deliver you from the expectation of your enemies. Man, it excites me when God show up and fight for me. It excites me when God tell me, you go sit down, I'll slap him. You go sit down, I'll deal with him. I'll get him. You rest. You go to sleep, I'll work on him. Whoa. Tap two folks if you don't mind and tell them God will fight for you. Man, I'm trying to close, but tell somebody God will fight for you. Somebody, I need to drop a 911 on you. He'll fight for you to have what he told you you could have. God will fight for you at the bank. God will fight for you that you get that land. God will fight for you that you get that car. God will fight for you that you get your healing. He'll fight that you get your deliverance. That's what's wrong with some of us. Every time we in a battle, we trying to fight. We trying to do all the fighting. Many times you done got beat up, you know. Sit down. Let God show you what to do. So if you throw a right hook, it's because God said, now throw a right hook. You do that. Do everything he tells you to do. I've had enemies get at me. And God said, you need to do everything that I'm telling you to do. And they still at me. But I'm staying on the smooth path. I know stuff they doing that they don't know I know they doing. But I'm just staying on the smooth path. Do not deliver me. Verse 12. Do not deliver me to the will of my adversaries. For false witnesses have risen against me, as such as breathe out violence. Do you see it? His enemies was lying on him. Listen, not everybody that lie on you know how to lie. Some folk tell lies that's not even believable. Y'all pastor cussed me out. No, I know pastor didn't cuss you out. Ain't y'all pastor about 5'10"? Drive such and such car. He milk caramel. Got his hair braided in dreads. Yeah, that man cussed me out. And see, you know right then, oh, that's a lie. Because you already know what I tell him. Pastor bald headed. Pastor ain't got a lick of hair on his head. I don't know who they talking. He tried that, but they made more than one of them cars. I don't know who cussed him out, but it wasn't pastor. Woo! But tell your neighbor, then on the other hand, there are folk who know how to lie and make a lie believable. Listen to me. That's the reason some of y'all have often believed lies that people told you about me. They offered you no evidence, but they crocodile tears of how I supposedly hurt them. But they didn't tell you the whole story. They mixed a little truth with a bunch of lies. Woo. And see, David knows that a liar can be dangerous. Some of you have hated people over lies. Watch this. Some of you have so believed people's lies that you confronted good people over a lie. I just got to know, did you say this? You should know me better than this. I'm going to say how the old folk you say, you got to know the dog that brings the bone. Some stuff I ain't even going to entertain. If you don't know me by now, hey, it is what it is. But I'm not finna sit up here and defend myself over lies. I know I'm teaching right. I got to close it though. But one thing you never want to do is try to chase down every lie that somebody tell on you. You know why? Sooner or later you're going to get caught up looking bad, trying to set what's wrong right. You have to let God set what's wrong right. Watch it in his timing. You know I'm right about it. Folks will lie on you on the job and you'll get reprimanded over the lie. Don't lose your job for them. Just know I got to be wise dealing with this hypocrite. Got to be wise when I talk to them. No, we ain't going to talk one-on-one. We need a mediator. We need a witness. I'll call you back when I got somebody that could be in the meeting with her. Well, I'll meet with you, but we're going to record the meeting. We got to do something because you're a known liar. But notice verse 13, David said, I would have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. David almost quit over what liars were saying. Know your enemy's capability. Back in Acts 12 as we close. Woo, wait. Some of y'all gonna leave it. They say, Pastor, I'm ready for my enemies ain't gonna see what they wanted to see. They ain't gonna get the victory. And in Acts 12 and 11, Acts 12 and 1 through 11, the Jews and Herod had imprisoned Peter, intending to kill him because Herod saw that it pleased the Jews. So he took Peter, put him in prison, bound him between soldiers, had him chained with 2 chains, intending for the next day to execute him. Peter's enemies had expectation. We gonna do it on this day. This is the day of Peter's death. But look at somebody and shout, but God. Look at somebody else and shout, but God. When your enemies have a plan, when your enemies want to do something, when your enemies are lying, when your enemies are scheming, when your enemies are shady, when your enemies are haters, but who? But who? Listen, God sent an angel. Listen, this New Testament, this after the Holy Ghost. One of our biggest problems is trying to limit God and how he deliver us. Peter didn't have that problem. He knew the execution was scheduled the next morning. But he so knew the God that he trusted that the angel found him sleeping, resting easy. Woo! The angel came in the prison without an invitation. The angel came without signing the visitor list. The angel came without saying to his enemy, I'm here to get Peter. God know how to deliver his folk. God know how. God know when to bring you out. God know when you done had enough. God know when your enemies have did enough. And he sent his angel. And the Bible said when the angel told Peter, arise, that a spoken word from an angel or a messenger caused his chains to fall. See, that's how God do the pastor, the angel of the house, the messenger. God will give me a word and I will speak the word and chains will fall off of people. Hold on. Folk will get deliverance without oil on them. Folks will get delivered without hands being laid on them. I ain't against the oil. I ain't against the laying on of hand. But God delivers his people often through a spoken word. The chains fell off. He got to the iron gate, which was supposed to be that which you could not escape from. But tell your neighbor, when God in it, strange stuff happens. Woo, I'm trying to close, but tell your neighbor, when God is in it, when God get involved, strange stuff starts happening. Woo, strange stuff starts happening in your life. Stuff you can't explain. Stuff folk wouldn't believe. How did you come out, girl? God did this right here. I don't believe that. I knew you wouldn't, but I told you anyhow. He does straight. Listen. The gates open by themselves. Led Peter out, then the angel disappeared. Then Peter said, now I know that the Lord has delivered me from all the expectation of Herod and the Jews are religious people. See, God is delivering his people from their enemies' expectation. And the Holy Ghost told me to preach to God's people. Only do what God tells you to do. And he will not allow your enemies' expectations to come to pass. Listen, and he backs it up with Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed shall. Tell your neighbor, when weapon form, that's an enemy's expectation. But whatever they wanted to do won't prosper. Whatever they tried to do won't prosper. And I'm done. Give him a praise. I'm done. Give him a thunderous hand. Delivered from my enemies' expectations. Delivered from my enemies' expectations.